What's up, Kansas City? I'm your host, Glenn Brian Frizzell. Today we're filming in Ruskin High School Home Economics Department. Joining me today to talk to you a little bit about her role in Little Shop of Horrors is Miss Jan Stampinski. How are you doing today?
Great, wonderful. Welcome to our school.
I'm glad to be here. As I look around, we're in the costume department, so I take it you have a costume contribution to the musical?
Yes, I am the costume designer, teacher costume designer, but we also have a staff of students that are designers and construction workers.
Designers and construction workers. Now, when I was Snip, my costume as a minor character in the ensemble was basically, an afterthought. Give him a hat and give him a Chinese smock, and he's good to go. What are some of the more unique costumes that you're creating for the characters in this year's production of Little Shop?
Well, I know that as an ensemble person a long time ago, you may have been an afterthought, but now each and every one of our costumes is designed with a character in mind, from someone that's a simple ensemble person to the cast members and the leads.
Wow. And how much creativity did the students put in versus you, Ms. Say your name again?
Stampinski.
Ms. Stampinski, is that Polish?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So remember, I'm always pinning something. Stampinski, I'm pinning everything. I've got 20 or so percent as an overseer and facilitator, and 70% of a team of about maybe 5 girls, and there's a few other people that'll come in and do a little bit of work and finishing work.
Now, have you done other musical contributions before this one?
Yes, I've been with the Hickman Mills School District since 2001, and I've always done something with the musicals and then also the dramas.
Okay, 2001, I believe you did Grease that year.
Yes, we did Grease.
Awesome. Well, Ms. Stampinski, pinning something, what do you hope to accomplish from this year's production?
Honestly, our biggest dream is to win the Blue Star Award this year. We have so many wonderfully talented costume designers that we would love to see some awards.
So these sewing machines in here just go right on, sewing away. The Blue Star Award, how would that actually occur? How would that happen? Can you tell us?
Well, we would be nominated as far as the costumes in our show, and then they would, at the end of the whole season with all of the musicals in the theaters, all the high school theaters, they would be awarded, kind of like an Emmy or an Oscar award.
We're glad that you are here with us today. If you have any closing words?
No, I just hope we win a Blue Star.
We can make that happen. What's up, Kansas City? Please support Little Shop of Horrors. It will be appearing at the Plain East Tech Auditorium right here at Ruskin High School. What's the address?
111, what is it? 7000 East 111. Thanks.
Where Red Bridge and Blue Ridge Road meet right here in South Kansas City, Missouri, starting on Thursday, November the 20th at 7 o'clock, Friday, November the 21st at 7 o'clock, and Saturday, November the 22nd at 7 o'clock. Catch one of those times. I'm your host, What's Up Kansas City, Glenn Brian Frizzell. Check out more video online at www.whatsupkansascity.net. I'd like to thank Miss, say your name, I can't say it musically as you, Stampinski. Miss Stampinski for joining us here today. Remember, the sky is the limit. Aim high, shoot for the moon. If you miss, at the very least, you would have landed among the stars. Take care until next time. Thank you. We have Director Miss Kelly Michael, and we have Director Mr. Matt Ashpaugh. Thank you for joining me today.
Sure, thanks for coming.
Mr. Ashpaugh, let's start with you.
Yes.
How long have you been working at Ruskin?
This is actually my first year here.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about your background.
I've been in the charter industry for a while teaching. I spent a year doing substitute teaching, trying to make sure I was public. My background's all been in theater design and construction.
And where did you go to school?
Northwest Missouri State.
Northwest Missouri. Okay, what city is that in?
Maryville, Missouri.
Maryville, that's
Yep.
right. And is it Miss or Mrs. Michael?
Miss Michael.
Miss Michael.
Yes.
You're from Illinois, is that?
No, I'm actually from Overland Park, Kansas, and then I went off to Chicago for college and then moved back here to Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay, what high school, what college?
I went to high school at Shawnee Mission South High School in Overland Park, and then I went to Columbia College in Chicago. It's a fine arts performance school. And then I lived overseas actually for a year before going back to Chicago and then deciding to come back home to Kansas City.
Sounds exciting. And how long have you worked at Ruskin?
This is my 9th year at Ruskin.
9 years. That is a very commendable amount of time. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Little Shop. Either of you can chime in. We don't have a particular order. What challenges and what successes have you guys experienced as part of the production team here?
Sure. I'll start with successes for sure. My first year here, I did not have any help or assistance at all, and I was kind of building. I know you were in the program years ago, but when I came in, there was not much in place. So challenge and a success. I kind of started with nothing and was able to build the program to where it is now, which I feel is quite successful. And now I get to have assistant theater directors, such as Mr. Ashpaugh, and then I have Miss Jan Stampinski, who does all of our costumes and is also an assistant director. And then I have 2 other adults that we're also able to pay to help with some of the set stuff and some of the lighting and sound aspects.
I was looking at your theater wall a little earlier. You guys have just done all of the Broadway musicals. If there was a Broadway musical that you have heard of or familiar with in the past 5-6 years, Ruskin High School has done it. Really accomplished. Did some of the students come back and see you, talk to you about their college careers?
Yeah, for sure. Lots of students that I still keep in touch with from my very first year when we did Dreamgirls was my first musical, and I'm still, I mean, some of those kids are actually still helping us choreograph and videotape our productions, and they're all still around.
Wow.
Whether it's via social media or in person. But
right here with the stars. Can you talk to me a little bit about social media and your role here as assistant director?
I'm not too much into the social media side. That's more of Miss Michael's side. More of my stuff's been back here in the back of the stage, working in the scene shop, spending a lot of weekends trying to get this all built and finished up before the show actually starts next week.
Now, do the students help? Do they have the hammer?
The students have come in, they've helped a lot with some of the painting and assisted with some of the construction, teaching them bits and pieces as we go along, so they'll be more able to do it on their own.
Okay. Is there any particular scene or any particular aspect of Little Shop of Horrors that stands out in this production versus the 1994 production?
Well, I don't know too much about the 94 production, but I know that the show is very student-led, so I think for the most part the entire show really just stands out. It just keeps building up and picking up as we go along.
I remember that, the energy when the directors and the teachers said, you guys do it versus we're going to make you do it. And it really makes you mature and grow up.
we're kind of in that point right now of, you know, Tech Week where, oh my gosh, the show's next week. And I think every show that I've ever done professionally in Kansas City or here at Ruskin, there's always that moment of panic of, is this going to happen and come together? And we still have a lot to finish, but I know by next Wednesday, our final dress rehearsal will be good to go.
And what shows have you done professionally, Ms. Michael?
Well, I work as a stage manager around Kansas City, and I've done quite a bit of work at the Lewis and White Theater at the Jewish Community Center, like every show there for a good 9-10 years. And then I've worked at the Just Off Broadway Theater and Mind's Eye Theater, and just around Kansas City a little bit. So.
Now, Just Off Broadway, they're doing comedy shows. You familiar with any of that?
I don't know if I know of those. I did a production of Hair at the Just Off Broadway Theater a few years ago. So, you know Hair? We did Hair here 2 years ago.
Wow, a clean version of Hair.
The clean version, the high school friendly version, yes.
Now, I'm told that Hickman Mills High School, by the students, the Ruskin High School in the Hickman Mills community has a lot of positive traits, a lot of positive, experienced positive growth in the area. Do you have any comments in terms of working here, what you see in terms of what the media portrays?
Sure, I agree with pretty much everything that the students were saying to you earlier. Lots of negativity expressed about the school and the district, which, obviously is not true. I wouldn't be working here if it was a horrible, horrible place to be, or I wouldn't have stayed for 9 years. But
no one's holding you here.
No one's holding me here. I actually left to go teach at what I thought was my dream job, and ended up breaking my contract to come back here to Ruskin because I enjoy working here and with these kids. But the thing that would definitely help and that I agree with the students is that there isn't very much support outside of our little district. You know, our administration, our school district is supportive, but it pretty much stops there. We need much more parent involvement and the neighborhood and the community, and that's what we're having a hard time, just as a school as a whole, trying to figure out how the heck to make that happen.
Wow, that's quite a goal. Are you in the same boat with Miss Michael here?
For the most part, I really want to see more community and more parental involvement. One, that would help us boost our program here for our theater department, but that's not just our department. It can be several other departments within the school. It also help us get more funding for the school, so that way we can do more extravagant things with not only their education, having more technology in the classroom, and even being able to do more extravagant things for them to enjoy watching, like in our plays.
Okay, all right. Anything else?
Yeah, well, just along the terms of financial issues, our district provides us a budget for the shows that we do, but the budget is wiped out day one, and when we pay for the rights to do the show. We have to, pay New York, MTI, Music Theater International. I think it's close to like $2,000 to
And they send a Samuel French.
and they
books.
send Samuel French or MTI
They do
to
it
get the
legit.
scripts.
We're
Yeah,
not running stuff off at the
right. We
photocopy.
could get in a lot of trouble if we did not pay for the rights. So really, all the money that we're given is not very much, and it's gone just once we pick out what show we're doing. So we're really kind of on our own in terms of funding, and so ticket sales. If we could fill a 1,000-seat theater, that would help us a ton. Which unfortunately we don't get too full on show nights.
Well, the ticket sales are ticket prices are very affordable. In fact, I was talking to my mom. I invited her. She's going to be my date,
Awesome.
the Thursday opening. You guys can come to $5, no excuse. Invite your friend, invite your neighbor, invite your coworker, invite your boss. Now, with the success of Little Shop of Horrors, what future productions are you looking forward to?
Yeah, we've announced our spring play that we'll be doing in, is it March or April? Can't even remember right now. I think April. We're doing the Neil Simon comedy titled Fools. So it'll be a new one for us that we haven't done here, and a pretty large scale, very popular comedy. So the kids are looking forward to it. So it should be fun.
Awesome. Now, kind of off the record, what was your dream job there?
Well, it was my dream where I thought, my dream I thought was to go back and teach at my high school. And so I went and got the job when my theater director retired at Shawnee Mission South. And nothing against the school at all, I just felt and realized that my home was here, so I came back.
We're glad that you're here. We're glad that you're here as well.
Thank you.
Any final words?
Don't think so. Come see the show.
Yep, come see it and enjoy.
November 20th, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 7 o'clock each night?
Yep.
All right. My name is Glenn Brian Frizzell. I'd like to thank Mr. Ashpaugh and Miss Michael for joining us here today on What's Up Kansas City. Check out more video online at www.whatsupkansascity.net. And remember, the sky is the limit. Aim high. Shoot for the moon. If you miss, at the very least, you would have landed among the stars. Take care until next time. Thank you.
CMG wants you to always remember, the victory we call success goes to the best prepared. When you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. Thanks.